This question comes from Alex, who asks, what if the ozone layer completely vanished?
The ozone layer is a thin shield in Earth's stratosphere that absorbs most of the sun's harmful ultraviolet radiation. Without it, life as we know it would face unprecedented challenges.
Let's start with the most immediate effect, ultraviolet light. Without the ozone layer, the Earth's surface would be bombarded with intense UV radiation.
Exposure to this radiation can cause severe sunburn, eye damage, and a dramatic increase in skin cancer rates. Even animals would struggle. Many species rely on UV-sensitive behaviors for survival, and their DNA could be damaged at a much faster rate. Crops and plants would also be in trouble. UV radiation can harm the photosynthetic machinery in plants, reducing growth and yields. Food security could become a global crisis as staple crops like wheat, rice, and corn fail to grow properly. Forests, grasslands, and marine phytoplankton would all be affected, disrupting entire ecosystems. The oceans would face cascading effects. Phytoplankton, the foundation of the marine food web, is highly sensitive to UV. A decline in phytoplankton populations would affect fish, whales, and countless other marine species. Coral reefs, already vulnerable to warming and acidification, would bleach faster under increased UV exposure. Human health would be severely impacted. Besides skin cancer and eye damage, UV radiation suppresses the immune system. Diseases could spread more easily, and people living near the equator, where sunlight is strongest, would be at the greatest risk. Even everyday activities like walking outdoors or gardening would become dangerous without protection.
The atmosphere itself would change. Ozone plays a role in absorbing UV and heating the stratosphere. Without it, temperature gradients in the atmosphere would shift, possibly altering wind patterns and weather systems. Some regions might experience more extreme storms, while others could become drier or hotter.
Material degradation would accelerate. Plastic, rubber, and paints are sensitive to UV radiation. Buildings, vehicles, and infrastructure would deteriorate much faster. Our cities might start looking like post-apocalyptic landscapes in just a few decades.
Animals would face dramatic challenges. Reptiles that rely on the sun for temperature regulation might overheat or suffer from DNA damage. Birds and insects could struggle with navigation and reproduction. Even mammals, including humans, would need constant shelter to survive outside.
Would there be any refuges? Some life could survive underground, underwater, or under thick vegetation.
Deep caves, forests, and oceans might become safe havens, but the surface would be hostile to most organisms, and migration patterns would be completely disrupted.
Interestingly, some technology could help. UV-blocking materials, protective clothing, and indoor farming could mitigate some effects. But scaling these solutions globally would be a massive challenge, and the natural balance of ecosystems would still be devastated. In short, the disappearance of the ozone layer would transform the planet. Life on Earth has evolved under a protective UV shield for billions of years. Without it, the sun's radiation would become a relentless, destructive force, altering health, ecosystems, agriculture, and even the very atmosphere itself.
So while we might imagine living under constant sunlight is beautiful, the truth is that the ozone layer is one of our most vital defenses. Its disappearance would make Earth a far more dangerous, unrecognizable world.